All right, boys. Let's fucking get it. Cut the music. Not gonna lie, this is take 2 of the night. It's the fucking power rankings, boys. Week 6, let's go. Now, I know this is coming to you guys late. Week 7 has already started, but I did have some technical difficulties last night. Recorded a show, or at least I thought I was recording, and it didn't record. It was distressing. I did not feel good, but today's a new day, and we're back. Exciting this week. We're 6 games in, or 6 weeks in, and a lot has happened. A lot has changed. We're going to have some big movement in the rankings this week. And some of you are not going to take it too well, but you're going to have to live with it because they're my rankings. I'm the commissioner. Suck it. Most importantly, I'm at a new venue. Clearly not in a basement in New York City. Clearly not in work attire. Where am I? I am at Matt Wiener's apartment. That brings us to our special guest, Matt Wiener. Matt does not want to be on the show today, but that's all right. We're bringing him on anyway. We're excited to have his analysis. It will be valuable later.
It's bullshit.
It's not bullshit. This is the show. We're doing it live. Okay. So, theme of this week's show is going to be do better. There were so many disgusting, putrid, awful, gross, horrible, worthless games this week where people put up 100 points, less than 100 points. Putrid, disgusting. I don't ever want to see this again. There's going to be consequences if the league is this bad again. What the fuck are we doing, guys? But I digress. We got a hell of a show here today. Matt, what's the code? I forgot it. I need the code for the music. We need music. Here we go. Oh, yes. That's what I'm talking about. All right, let's get this thing started. So, let's tip off with the game of the week. No, it was not Kicking It with Kareem versus Hammer Bros. It was me against Chris Gallietta. Fuck you, Chris. My team explodes for 145 points against your paltry 100-point effort. Buoyed on the back of Justin Jefferson, who's going to be a god in this league. And not only that, Anthony fucking Ferkser, Manalapan's finest, someone we can all get behind. My team fucks, Chris's team sucks. Let's go. All right, on to the next game here. Matt, you like that one? Next, we have, unfortunately, one of our most putrid games of the week. It was like 80 points to 80 points. Larry versus Gurney. Personally, if I had it my way, I'd give you both losses, but I think Larry comes away with the win here. Aaron Rodgers with the big letdown for Gerstein. But overall, guys, what are we doing? You guys are two teams in contention, ready to make a push for the playoffs, and you put up this stinker? Do better. Do better. Pathetic. Next up on the docket, another interesting performance here. We've got Robbie, really tale of two teams here. We've got Robbie versus Flick. Robbie stringing together another win on a pretty good fantasy performance. Clearly the addition of Julio Jones has made a difference for putting it in reverse Terry. So, like I said last week, Robbie's team is on the up and up. Look out for them. They could make a playoff push. Now on the other end, we have Corey Flick. Corey just taking after his favorite team, the New York Jets, and absolutely sucking in football this year. Just no heart, no spirit. Barely even put a team on the field. I think he played 2 players that gave him 0 points. So, great job, Flick. I know your team's banged up, but this could be an all-time bad fantasy week for you. So, shame on you. Hope you enjoyed it. Next up, in what was supposed to be the marquee matchup of the week, Kicking It with Kareem versus Hammer Bros, 100 to 84? What the fuck, guys? The Hammer Bros putting up maybe their worst week in NFL history. So it's got to be a dud, got to be a one-off. Their team just didn't perform very well. I think getting almost no points from Tyreek Hill and a couple other players just didn't show up either. Raheem Mostert got hurt, etc., etc. An 84-point performance from the repeat champions? Oh, God. Fucking YouTube. We have an advertisement coming in the music. This is awful.
And I know that's hard to believe, but it's true.
Oh, thank God we're back. Okay, back to what I was saying. Hammer Bros putting up a dud. We'll call it a one-off, but this is going to affect you guys in the power rankings because you got to stay strong to stay up in the power rankings. On the other end, kicking it with Kareem. I think it's a first. 6-0. Got to give respect where respect is due, but you only put up 100 points there. I don't know how I'm feeling about you guys, but we'll see how the rest of the season goes. Looking to be in a good spot to make the playoffs here, but you got to show me something if you want to remain in top seed in the power rankings, boys, okay? Now, last but not least, this was a very important game here. SETI versus Berman. And obviously, Berman came away with a big win here. I've been talking about Berman's team all season long. Don't sleep on them. Michael Thomas might be hurt right now, but he's coming back eventually. That team is going to be dangerous. And right now, they are my absolute lock to make this year's fantasy championship. Take that to the bank, boys. On the other end, we got SETI coming up with the loss here. Now, I've been giving SETI shit all year long, and deservedly so. SETI's team sucks. It sucks now, it sucked in the beginning of the season, and it's going to suck at the end of the season as well. But SETI is 4-2 and put up a very respectable 120-point effort. So, props to you, SETI. Maybe you are doing something over there. Maybe you are proving the doubters wrong, and the fantasy football team might even make the playoffs. Shocker. So that's it for our Week 6 recap. Now, let's cut the music and get to the good stuff. What everybody came here for, the power rankings. Matt is not happy as I have released these to him prior, and he's going to have some analysis on his end.
Disrespect is real.
He feels disrespected, and some of you might, and that's okay. So let's start from the bottom as we always do. We're going to get Corey D in last place. It's inevitable. It's just, his team name is the Dumpster Fire Eagles. He is the Dumpster Fire Fantasy Football Team of the Year. Just not looking good there. I don't really know what else to say. Next, in 11th place, we have some movement here. Corey Flick, welcome to the bottom. Your team put up an absolute garbage performance this week. I considered putting you in last place, but you've put up, I think it was like 100 more points than Corey Donnelly. So it was really just inconceivable to put you at the bottom. But you are close, my friend. Now, obviously, Saquon's hurt. Your team's going to get better. But right now, they are not looking good, my friend. So 11 is all yours. Now, here's where things start to get interesting. Larry is in 10th place here. Now, I have been hyping up Larry's team all season long. I realize Davante Adams has been hurt. He didn't do so great in the last game because they got beat up by the Buccaneers. Certainly better things ahead for Davante Adams and Larry's team. But they're just not convincing me right now. 3-3, coming off a super shit win. They could easily be 2-4. Not feeling it. So Larry, 10th place. Do better. And now, 9th place. It's all me, boys. I have moved up. I am slowly ascending to be on track for the fantasy playoffs, especially after my stellar week of ass kicking. Dominated this week. Justin Jefferson, Ferkser, my team fucks. Okay? Be afraid of my team because in the next couple years, you're all fucked. So I'm taking the 9th spot. And soon I'm going to be moving up. You'll see. Number 8. Our special guest, Matt Weiner. Somehow, Matt Weiner won a game this week and still moved down in the power rankings. I don't know how that works, but it has something to do with me making the power rankings. So suck it, Matt. Your team's not that good. Your team kind of sucks, to be honest. You know, you're just underperforming, and it's really nice to be able to tell you that face-to-face right now. What do you think?
I think I'm overperforming now.
You think you're overperforming?
Yeah, I think so.
Interesting. We'll see what the league has to say about that. Moving up to number 7, Robbie Donahue with Putting It in Reverse Terry. Now, he's got the roster construction. I've said it week after week. Juju Smith-Schuster, it looks like he's dealing with a knee injury, so I think he'll be back. I think he'll surprise some people, although Robbie is looking to move him. Obviously, big trade for Robbie, acquiring Julio Jones. Interesting trade. That means Robbie is making a push for the near future, which means his team's got to start getting ready to battle it out with teams like Happy Galladay, Hammer Bros. And Berman's team. Sorry, I forget your team name, Berman. Big deal. But 7th place, not bad. Just outside of the playoff push right now. In number 6, we have Chris. Now, at one point, Chris was on the top of the world, kicking ass. And then all of a sudden, lays an egg. He gets a seedy win over Larry the other week. Because Larry played a guy that didn't play. But props to you. You know what? You got to win the game that's in front of you. So you won those games. Chris's team is still very, very good. No doubt about it. But he did get his ass kicked this week by me. 6th place for you. Still in the playoffs. Number 5. Now, this manager is probably going to be thrilled that he's finally getting some respect. Mike Setti and the fantasy football team at number 5. This is a milestone for the fantasy football team. Not only are they getting respect from the all-knowing commissioner, they're probably getting respect from the league at this point. I mean, 120 points is nothing to sneeze at in any week, especially in this league. So, he's got some good young players on that team, especially at the running back position. He's got Ryan Tannehill. Now, the one knock I'm going to put against Setti is he played Cam Newton instead of Ryan Tannehill. What an idiot. Tannehill's killing it this year. But you just love Cam because you're just a dumb person. So, whatever. He wouldn't have won you the week if you played him, but Tannehill's better. So start playing him. God. I should be a manager for you. I'll take a 10% commission fee, though. Number 4. It's going to cause some waves here. Maybe a bit of an overreaction, but that's what these power rankings are all about. Hammer Bros, I'm looking at you, putting up an absolute goose egg. Not really a goose egg, but you put up 84 points. Garbage. Like, you shouldn't have even showed up. You should have just took the 0 and threw in the towel. Absolute disgusting performance. I expect better from a team such as the Hammer Bros. Still 4th place, but let's see what's going on with that team. Could there be some infighting, just like the Cowboys? I heard Zeke and Alvin Kamara saying that the Hammer Bros managers don't know what they're doing. Who am I to say? 3rd place, happy holidays. Gerstein, once again, showing us how the rebuild is done. Even though he got beat this week with a crappy performance, his team is still very good. And once Nick Chubb comes back, that playoff push is going to be real. I expect Gerstein to be competing. He should be in a really tight battle to make it into the playoffs. We'll see how that fares. Number 2. They might feel hard done about this, but Alec and Greg Z, I know you guys are 6-0, kicking ass, but realistically, you've got some weak wins to your name, and I just don't love your team. I do not believe in your team. Just being straight up. You are 6-0, but I'm still a doubter. I'm still a hater. And at the end of the day, like I said, I make the rankings. 2nd place, though, not bad. Keep it going. Can we get 7-0? I think it's possible. Let's see what happens. But let's put some fucking points, boys, huh? Hammer Bros, too. Let's see some points scored next week. Jesus. And that leaves us with our number 1, Eric Berman. His team is crushing it right now. Derrick Henry is running for 300 yards a game. Still DeAndre Hopkins on retainer. I think DeAndre Hopkins put up a pedestrian 10 points. And Berman's still at almost 150 points. Just scary. And when you add Michael Thomas to the mix, Berman's doing something over there. And we all better pay attention. Like I said, it's my lock for the fantasy championship. Not just to make it, but to win. I'm putting my name on it. Boys, that's all I got this week. Matt, you have anything left to add?
How is Kicking Kareem 6-0 and in second? This is a sham.
Controversy.
This is a sham.
Controversy. This is a sham, apparently. Well, Matt's going to be in 12th place next week if he keeps this up. I make the rankings, like I said. I think I'm pretty fair for the most part. Maybe a bit partial to others. It's possible. It's possible some people bribe me to move up in the rankings. I'm not above that. I'm not saying I am or I am not, but that's what we got this week, boys. Open a discussion, but the rankings will not change. Good luck this week, everyone. getting into crunch time, getting into survivor mode with COVID, with bye weeks. It's important stuff. We'll see who the real managers are. Go Dogs.